What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Castor Maritime, ticker symbol CTRM. They dropped a pretty substantial bombshell yesterday. They acquired a new vessel. So Castor Maritime has been very active in the news over this past week, and we have a lot to go over. We have the Baltic Dry Exchange Index bouncing all over the place. We have new vessel acquisitions. We have share offerings coming. So there's a lot going on with this company. In this video, we're going to go over exactly what I am expecting to happen with Castor Maritime over the next year and a half. I am pretty bullish on this company, but you do have to keep in mind that there is always a reason for a company trading at such a low price and market cap. So at the current time, the market cap for Castor Maritime is in the $300 million range, and there's typically a reason for this. So nothing I say in these videos is financial advice. These are for educational and entertainment purposes only. But if you guys have kind of an account that you guys kind of gamble in, or you take some risky plays, Castor Maritime could be a very good addition to that account, and we're going to go over all of the reasons why throughout this video and also some of the risk factors. So before we get into all of that information, if you guys enjoyed the information and analysis that I provide for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button, and if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. And don't forget, if you guys would like some free money with Webull, make sure you check out that link down below in my description. The 2 free stocks that you will receive once you sign up and deposit over $100 into your account. Those stocks are going to be valued up to $1,850, and this is also a great way to help out and support the channel if you guys would like to, because when you get 2 free stocks, I get a free stock as well. So when we're looking at the chart of Castor Maritime, we can see that they had a pretty substantial gap down on the 5th due to the pretty substantial share offering that they filed with the SEC. So this was a shelf registration that we went over in my previous Castor Maritime video, and I do think that this is going to be very bullish for the company in the long term. Now, the reason for that, we're going to go over a little bit later in this video. It's a little bit complex, so make sure you guys stick around so you know exactly what is going on with this company. But we did get a new vessel acquisition yesterday, so we can see that Castor Maritime announces vessel acquisition on April 9th at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. So Castor Maritime, a diversified global shipping company, announces that it entered through a separate wholly owned subsidiary into an agreement to purchase a 2011 Japanese-built Panamax dry bulk carrier from an unaffiliated third party for a purchase price of $18.48 million. The acquisition is expected to be consummated by taking delivery of the vessel within the second quarter of this year and is subject to the satisfaction of certain customary closing conditions. That is what we see the wording for all of these vessel acquisitions. So we actually have a comment from the CEO. We are pleased to announce our 9th vessel acquisition in 2021 with the addition of another Panamax dry bulk vessel to Castor's fleet. Our focus remains on deploying our capital and growing our fleet through timely acquisitions of vessels across shipping segments. Now, the amount of vessels that they have acquired and the total amount of vessels that they have are going to be extremely important a little bit later in this video. So when we come over to the Baltic Dry Exchange Index, this is the index that tracks the rates that dry bulk shippers such as Castor Maritime are able to charge for their services. So when we look at this chart in February, we saw a massive run up in this rate from about $1,300 all the way up into the $2,300 range. Now, the rate is currently sitting at, as we can see here, $2,088. So there is still a very high demand for dry bulk shipping services. And what we saw in the Suez Canal, that these shipping services are massively important to the overall world economy. Now, I want to briefly cover some risk factors for Castor Maritime. Typically, dry bulk shipping does underperform, but with the current market conditions, we could see a surge in the dry bulk shipping rates and revenues for all of the dry bulk shipping companies. Now, when we come over here, we can see that Castor Maritime, the massive capital raise, results in accretion to net asset value per share. So Cyprus-based shipping company manages to raise an additional $125 million in growth capital. Now, when we come over here, we can see that the use of proceeds from direct from their SEC filings, we intend to use the net proceeds from the sale of securities offered by this prospectus supplement for capital expenditures, working capital, and to make vessel or other asset or share acquisitions, or for other general corporate purposes, or a combination of thereof. Vessel acquisitions is going to be the most important thing that we need to keep a lookout for before Castor Maritime is able to put all of these vessels out into the market and start receiving revenue for them. So when we come back over here, we can see that the new share issuance results in approximately 15% increase to net asset value per share. The company still trades at almost 100% premium to net asset value, substantially above industry peers. Now classically, the net asset value per share metric is typically used for ETFs or mutual funds. So it's a little interesting to see why they would be using this type of metric for Castor Maritime. But one of the most important things that we need to keep a lookout for is it seems like, according to the net asset value per share, that Castor Maritime is still overvalued. So that is one of the risk factors that we are seeing for Castor Maritime at the current time. And we are seeing very significant pullbacks in the share price. Now, does that mean that we can't see another massively bullish run once we start seeing revenue numbers from Castor Maritime? Absolutely not. This just makes it a more speculative play, and you do have to be careful with the amount of money that you are going to put in. Now, we also have down here one of the most important parts that I want to make sure that you guys understand. So since June 30th, 2020, the company has increased its fleet from 3 to 14 vessels. Now, it's actually 15 vessels as of today because they announced the new Panamax vessel. So say the Castor Maritime had 3 vessels. When we come over to MarketBeat, this tracks the EPS that Castor Maritime reported over the last couple of quarters. So it's safe to assume that Castor Maritime, with their 3 vessels, were able to generate profits of 20 cents per share, which is really great. Now, when we come down into quarter 1 of 2020, they had a loss. And then in quarter 2 of 2020, they also had another loss. So it is very possible, with Castor Maritime massively ramping up its fleet, that they're going to be able to get back into these profitable ranges, and we could see the valuation and share price be reflected by this. They have way more vessels than they had before, and they're going to be able to do so much more business, and according to the Baltic Exchange Dry Index, receive more revenue for the services that they are providing. So in general, I like what Castor Maritime is doing with their business. It seems like we have a perfect storm and the stars are aligning for them to perfectly capitalize in 2021 and 2022. I do really like the fact that they are increasing their fleet. We have the Baltic Exchange Dry Index increasing, so they're going to be able to charge more for their services, and the entire economy is going to be starting to open up. And you can't forget that everybody had a super high focus on the Suez Canal disaster, and everybody realized how important these shipping companies are to the worldwide global economy. But you do have to remember that this stock is still a risky penny stock. We see massive price fluctuations on a day-to-day basis, and you do have to trade with proper risk management and do not put in an amount of money that you are not willing to lose. But again, nothing I say in these videos is financial advice. These are for educational and entertainment purposes only, and you guys can do whatever you would like with your hard-earned money. I am just here to present you guys with all of the pertinent information on the stocks that you guys like to hear about. So that is going to conclude this update on Castor Maritime. If you guys enjoyed the information and analysis that I provided for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So I hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video.